Welcome. We are in the process of working in some Sandustry stuff. Got the abandoned facility. It's a little tricky because obviously I can't, do some of the building stuff. I'm a little limited on where I can build because I can't do anything up here. So I gotta work down here. Alright, so we are okay. So I need to set up and actually start setting up some processing. It's been a whole week and I am forgetting where I was at. Like, what all have I uncovered? Because I've been playing a bunch of Sandustry recently, and I've been playing a bunch of Abiotic Factor. Not streaming, because I've been playing it with my wife. So, which is fun because then I get to it and I forget where I was in my single player game for my actual stream. And so then I'm just, getting lost, trying to figure out where I'm going, and it's been fun. I think though we have discovered pretty much the whole map at this point. I mean, there's not a lot more left to get, I don't think. Plenty of red sand. There's cinder up here. I don't remember why I had cinder up there. It's alright, I'm not too worried about cinder at the moment anyway. Why have you not broken that pixel? Thank you. So I've been talking games with one of the guys at work. And I know he had brought up, was it Diablo 4? I never did get Diablo 4. I thoroughly enjoyed the first one. I was okay with the second one. It was pretty fun. Unfortunately, the build that I used, because I went, wrong button. Come on. There we go. I went with a Necromancer build, so I ended up lagging things out because I had so many skeletons at one time. But it was fun. But yeah, he was playing 4. He said he enjoyed it a little bit. I was like, I kind of want to get it just for the sake of, getting the story of it. But I don't like the forced online. I don't know. I've been disappointed because Diablo 3 was fine, but they tried turning a PC game into a console game, And it feels like they kind of ruined the flow and the customizability of how you can build your characters for it. So I don't know. It was a little disappointing, but it was fun enough to play. But I ended up only playing through it a couple times, not spending, 100 hours on it like I usually would have. I don't know. I mean, it always makes me a little frustrated and a little sad when there's a game that I enjoy or a series that I like, and then it turns into something different. I mean, I get, especially some games and companies, wanting to have, bringing in new players and new ideas and things like that. I'm fine with that. But yeah, it feels like some of those games, they go from one thing to another, and in the process it becomes an entirely new game, and it's not the game that you enjoyed. I don't even remember how we got on the subject. I think it just got brought up because he was talking about playing because he got a new computer. Saved up a bunch of money, and then when there's like the President's Day sale or something, and he went and checked one out, and he's like, oh, I've got the money and this has everything I want, I'm gonna buy it. So yeah, having gotten a new computer, I think that's what brought it up, because talking about it. Okay, I think time to start processing. Let's do it here. And we'll do conveyor belt, I guess. Now how do I want to do this? I think I'm gonna just have slag drop down. So I'll just have slag drop down. And we'll make you go like that. Oh no. That's not gonna work because the slag is gonna come off at the end. I'm thinking gold. I want gold. No, because I don't want gold to drop down there. You know what? I've already screwed this up. So, how do I want to do this? I think I'm going to have to do this tower style. We'll do... So we'll still do that. We'll do shakers. Go like this. There. Now everything will end up there. So I get slag through here. Yeah, it'll go like that. put gold right now. I feel like I'm gonna end up having to cycle. So it's gonna, like, it's gonna go this way, down this way. I mean, maybe I'll dump gold over into here. I don't think I need to go this way. Although maybe I could, because then I could just run over here. Like have a spore washer or something over this way, and then have it come through here, and then it can take all the spores, do its thing, burn the Amethellus. Maybe? Maybe I'll put gold in here. That's gonna be a bit of work, though. Trying to put all that gold. Get rid of the steam. Without having all the space up above, it's I have a feeling it's gonna be difficult to figure out where to put everything. Come on, let's get all this steam. Oh, come on. Boom, there we go. Well, that's for now. Just do this. And we'll do... That's backwards. That's not the one I want. There. Okay. Let's at least start processing, right? Well, let's see how well it handles. And I guess for now we'll just turn this into a gold storage. There. Okay. Well, I guess I don't have to worry about this. It's just hitting the ceiling. A little bit over here too, but yeah, it's mostly just hitting the ceiling. Okay. It's gonna give us a little bit of gold storage for now. Start processing this, and I gotta figure out maybe... Ooh, do I want to go left? Because if I go left, might be easier. Yeah, I could just have the shakers. Maybe do the gold this way, and then the gold can dump into here. Slag can go down to here. Run over here, do a burner setup, and then it can drop here, and right here will be the kinetic press, the slag press. It'll hit here, boom, and then coming over this way, can come up, and then the gold can just go up here. And then go back around so that the gold can dump into there, and then petals can go this way. I think that might be how I'm going to do it. But I don't know if I need... So vacuum. Definitely going to need pipes. Ooh. Yeah, we're going to do that. I don't want to delete all of that. Just that. Okay. I'll have to build like a little water tank setup right here. That way I can get steam up there. And yeah, see, and then the steam can go up. I can get more water. Okay. I think that's enough to get solid walls. Okay. So hopefully this is going to be enough. I don't know if it is, but we'll see. Okay. And there. Okay. Well, good morning, NG. Since you're nice and early compared to me, it's still nighttime for me. So it's not morning for me yet. So I'm glad you're having a good morning. I'm having a good night right now. Do slag, give it plenty of time. And then conveyor belt. Gonna let this work its way through though, because this is gonna be a bit tricky. Okay. Too bad this stuff gets stuck in there and I can't just get rid of it. There. Now, it should should be able to start emptying some of this out. You know what? I just realized a flaw in this. If I do it to only allow slag, then it's, as obviously it's doing right now, it's going to allow everything that isn't slag to go across, and I want only the gold to go across. I'm missing. There we go. Okay. That's gonna be my collector. You know what? Okay, well, I'm gonna wait for that to finish first. Okay. All right. Now to figure out, you know what? I don't know if I really want to deal with grabbing everything and trying to move it all right now. I'll just get the conveyor belts. Because if I can do the conveyor belts, then things will move, at least. And as long as things are moving, it'll be fine, right? Later on, I can come back once I've upgraded my grabber a bunch, and I can just grab everything there. Like so. Okay. Okay, so got gold is gonna go here. Gonna travel into here. So now I've got to process slag. So what I'm gonna do, and I do have cinder already, so it should be fine, is I'm gonna go. Ooh. Yeah, I'm gonna go filter, block, slag. And that's gonna go all the way to there. Once it reaches a certain point, it'll be fine. All right. So build to there. Conveyor belt to there. And then this is all going to be cinder. That way it can all fall down. Just like Ring Around the Rosie. Come on. I need all of you to be clear. Because I'm going to need cinder here in a second. Maybe I shouldn't have made this so big. Because if it's too big, it's going to take forever. I feel like I'm gonna have to put some dirt in there to slurp up all the water, because I don't want to deal... I don't want the wet sand. I wanted the dry sand. Come on, go away. It's too bad the cinder has a lower density than the water and the other stuff. Yeah. Why did you go through the blocks? Not supposed to go through the blocks. There we go. I don't want to deal with that. Come on. I don't... You know what? I'm gonna have to just do this. I have to put a bunch of dry sand up here. Work it down to there. And deal with it. Because apparently I can't get rid of water normally. Okay, do I have all the water gone? Wait, where did it go? Did I get rid of it? I think I got rid of it. Okay. Let's do conveyor belts. Just because it's a pain in the butt trying to get just the cinder to go in there. I need to go get more cinder. Oh no, I don't want to use the yeah, I don't want to use the drones. Where's the rest of that cinder? I know I had some. I think it was up here. Yeah. I'm not gonna make this many trips. I think I'm just gonna conveyor belt stuff around, maybe? Oh, is this gonna be enough? If I made this lava, it would only go a little bit, so I don't know if it's gonna be enough. That's okay. We'll just do this. We'll have... Actually, I don't think I want to do that. Do this. Don't know why I would need that. Oh, missed something. And of course, it's auto-saving right as I try to shoot. Come on. Thank you. So, I want you. We'll Go there. So now, conveyor belt. Gonna go here. Which from there... I hope this is right. Did I put these the right way? Looks like it. So this is only going to let burnt slag. I think I made this. Yes, I did. I can't believe I put this backwards. It's not going to do me any good if I make it go one way. Okay. Think I mean, ideally, by the time this is done, it'll just be, you know, whatever I've got going on here will be whatever is coming through here should already be processed. So ideally, I shouldn't have to worry about any of this ending up in it. But obviously, something's going to happen somewhere along the line. And it's going to mess everything up because that's just how I managed to build things. Come on, go in the middle. Why are you going up the sides? Don't go up the sides. Go, stop that. Sometimes the physics of this stuff goes wonky. Okay. Ooh, you know what? I'm gonna make this guy... I'm gonna make this guy a little sooner. And just for the sake of keeping... Okay, that's plenty of space. Okay, good. Alright, so now... I think I'm only gonna want burnt slag to go through there. Alright, not burnt slag. regular slag. The unburnt variety. Okay. What I do... Do gold? No. I'm not worried about gold. I'll have the gold filter out up here further. Like... right here, maybe? So if I do that there... do that there... I can have... gold go up. And then... spores... and such go this way. Yeah. Okay, so it'll block the gold. So gold will go through. Oh no, gold will stay on. All of the spores are... yeah, all the spores will go through. So it'll fill up here. And then... I gotta figure out how to wash all the spores, I think. Because that's gonna be tricky. Where am I gonna wash spores? Should I have spores go up here? And then like it can come in, wash, and I'll be like, go up here and drop down. Or should I have it do the wash here, and then from the wash it'll just drop into here somewhere, like wash it over on this side, planter box on this side. Okay. Let's see if this even works a little bit. I don't know how well this is gonna work. I should probably make all of the conveyor belts go that way. Because the conveyor belts won't do me any good. if I don't have them pointing the right way. Look at all these spores. Wet spores everywhere. Okay. Alright. Yeah. I think we'll have red sand and the amethyllis will mix in here somewhere. So it'll be like so. Got our flux emanator right there. Obviously, I'm going to have to clear everything out first before this works, but that's okay. We'll figure that out. So, I don't know what all I would have left by the time this goes through. Okay. Nice. Well, that seems to be working okay. This is obviously going to clog. Okay. Okay, what's going on here? Just a weird glitch. Oop. Have to go the other way. Okay, so that's going. It's just gonna have to work its way through at this point. Come on. I'm going to have to figure out... I might have to just turn all the lava into cinder for the time being, because this is absolutely going to be a nightmare to try to figure out. I wish I could say I aimed for that pixel. I did not. That was 100% just luck of the draw. Is that crackstone? Did I miss that? Oh, wrong button. Yep, I missed it. Okay. I should probably make sure that's not stopping everything. And make sure this isn't stopping anything. So let's do Amethyst here. And then we'll do red sand here. And then, oh, can't quite make it all the way up. That's a bummer. Thought I was so close. Okay, well, it is now on a cycle, so hopefully I can get it to start doing something. Maybe I'll put cinder in here for now. No, I need to let it cycle for a bit, I think. Okay, I'll deal with that later. Don't get distracted. Okay. Come on. Come on. Get out of here. Get out of here. Okay. I think I want to have the amethyst Hmm. Do red sand for now this way. Okay. Now I just have to make a whole bunch of water. Oh, you know what? That's actually a good idea. Oh, I wonder if the vacuum would work up here. Oh no, I haven't unlocked the vacuum. I have to buy it. I don't have to do that one yet. Okay. I don't play with the vacuum too much because the vacuum's kind of wonky. Maybe. Oh, I can move the lava with that? No. Okay, well, since I've got stuff blocking it, it's not going to be able to push it out the bag. So, for the time being, probably not. Okay, yeah, so it's not going to do that. But if I get down to just the stuff being there, yes, it might. Just so I can make room. Okay. Alright, well, I just need all this to start circling through. I mean, once this goes through, be fine. You know what, in fact, I'm gonna just... Since I'm not getting any amethyst petals anytime soon, I'm just gonna do that. And this way, only red sand will be in here, hopefully. Okay, well, I need to start making water. Oh, there's a amethyst petal. Yeah, that's... Hopefully, the vacuum stuff will be either better or like you can upgrade it and stuff by the time the full game comes out. Because I know he's got a bunch more like parts and components and whatnot. I mean, I've on the what's it? I forget which tab it is, but yeah, on the Discord under the logs, like the developer logs. I mean, he's got like programming stuff, like it's gonna have switches and wiring and stuff. It's got, I mean, there's a cool looking laser thing that can shoot through rocks, like melt holes through rocks, and I'm like, ah, oh, I want that now. I mean, how awesome would it be to just laser rocks and be like, oh, I need a tunnel here. It's got some sort of like portal-y looking thing. Seems like there's a couple of mods that people have gotten him to use, or not use. Oh, what's the word I'm looking for? Incorporate. That's the word I was looking for. It might not even be the right word, but I think that's the one I was looking for. But yeah, he's got a couple of mods and stuff that people have made, and he's incorporating the ideas of those into the full game, it looks like. That's pretty cool looking. So yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it. But there's going to be a bunch of, well, I guess I want to say functionality. There's going to be a bunch of stuff that I am not going to be able to, like, I'm not great at all of the, like, Minecraft Redstone or, you know, those types of things. So that kind of semi-programming-ish stuff, like, I don't know how it's going to work. So, I mean, I don't know, maybe I'll be okay with it, but usually a lot of that type of stuff I'm not very good at. So it takes me extra work to figure out. That's the type of thing that I'll end up uh, like finding a tutorial and be like, how to do this in this game. And then I follow somebody else who knows how to do it and try to learn how to do it from them, basically. Okay, so that's the limit to my building. How much is it to upgrade my... Oh, it's 2,200. It's gonna be a while before I can do that, I suspect. But that is definitely what I'm working on. I mean, even if the full release is fairly drastically different, if it's at least sort of similar, I'm easily gonna be putting like 100 and some hours in this game. Round eye. Well, this is working. just need to start getting all this. This might have to be done a little manually for now. I should probably block this off. There we go. That gonna work? Nice, it did. It got it all. I can get all these particles, all these pixels, into the conveyor. I should probably unlock the pumps. Then I can just pump all this water out and it won't be quite so much a hassle. Yeah, dirt's fine to fall down. It's all the stuff that floats on the water I don't want. Didn't want that either. There, double it up. Though, as all the wet sand goes through here, it'll probably do its thing that way too. Turn it to steam. Did I catch some of the slag on fire? That's awesome. You know, let's make sure this actually is going to get up and out. I don't think it is. He's going to fill this up. Wait, have I broken that yet? Oh, I missed the pixels? Can I not get those? those. Yeah. Oh, that's gonna be tricky. Will doubling this one make any difference? I mean, it should be fine because red sand is heavy, so it should fall, right? Fall down and then hit the filters. Yeah, I think that should work. Seems to be working okay. There. I mean, this will slowly fill up. I need to get this to empty out. I need all this red sand to hurry up and get out of the way. It's making it difficult for my wet sand to go through. See, like this, I wish the vacuum worked well for this. But if there's a pixel in the way, like if it's blocking the output, it won't let me use it. So that's kind of a bummer. Have the vacuum do like uh has a tank on it, like City Skylines, you know, you've got like a container of some sort that you can put so much of your stuff in before it's full and then you have to go dump it somewhere. Do that with the vacuum, so you could just like sit right here, just slurp it all up, and then come over here and like blow it all out of the side or something. Well, like I said, there's a lot of work getting done on it, so just going off of the developer logs that he posts on Discord, It's gonna be pretty cool. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I mean, that definitely could be an option. I know one of the mods has portals. It looks like he's doing portals of some sort in the full game. I don't know how it's gonna work exactly, but I haven't even played with the mod for the portals, let alone the early access or the whatever the what's it called? Yeah, I think early access. Unless he's not doing an early access, he's just gonna do like people play test it and find bugs and then a full release. Oh, look at that beautiful triangle. Got wet sand, wet spores, and then lava, and then slag. And this is taking forever, but it's on its way. Like, I can't put the sand on, or the red sand on, because it'll push all of these pixels up. I don't want these pixels to go away. Well, I should say I don't want these pixels to go away upwards, because there's nowhere for them to go upwards. I want to get them outwards. I bet the like the new version, the Gen Alpha or whatever. I bet the new version of I want to get out of this situation, it's gonna be like, oh, I left my game running. I need to get back so I can save it. That's gonna be their version of, ooh, I think I left the stove on. I better go check on it. It's just a way to get out of a conversation and not deal with people. I bet that'll be their version. It's kind of crazy, really, when you think about it, that almost every generation, like every 20 years, something about that generation is completely different than the current. Whether it's, the way you say certain things, maybe it's a meme or something. The way that you deal with or look at things. I mean, each generation has kind of had their own versions of everything. So it's like their version of slang and these words, or their version of a cultural thing. Like, I don't know. I'm trying to think of examples. It's not like you had a bunch of memes back in the 80s and 90s. I mean, most of the stuff that would have been effectively a meme Ooh. Hopefully it's one you've been waiting for. I know I've got a couple of games on wish lists that are a little bit of a sale, but I have to, you know, be able to afford it. Yeah. Because, I mean, like, there was, like Rickroll back in the, like, 80s, kind of, but a lot of the 90s and even a little bit into the early 2000s, you know, people would Rickroll you, but now they have another weird meme. The style of content, the humor, the language. I mean, it's only been 10 years and it's already different. That's why it kind of takes me out of a movie if there's some sort of time travel, whether it's a movie or a show, and they're like, "Oh, we went back to the 1600s," and it's just like, oh, they speak with like a British accent or something, and you're going, no, no, they spoke an entirely different language. There's no way you could understand what they were saying 300 years ago. Heck, people could barely understand what you're saying 100 years ago. Like, just the vernacular and the vocabulary, the meaning of a word, it was so different. Got it. Got this cinder. So yeah, it always kind of bumps me just a little bit when they do stuff like that. That's why it didn't surprise me at all when I saw that video. It was probably viral, maybe. The guy who does language stuff, like he just studies languages. And the video, like the whole kind of beginning of the video was just, I'm gonna start speaking old English. It's like, so I'm gonna speak what they spoke in Britain from like 14 or 1500, and then he slowly moves up in the years until he's like in the 1900s, 2000s, and then you have to try to guess. I think that I think that's the guy's name. He's the one who also did the like, I redid the alphabet phonetically or something like that. I'd have to look it up, but that's probably the guy. But yeah, I watched that one, and I mean, I didn't even understand. I picked out a couple of words, but I didn't even understand what he was saying until almost like 1750 or something like that. And then it was something that I had to work on deciphering because it's just still really foreign. And then I don't remember if it was something I looked into or it was just something I saw. Then it was like, oh yeah, it's not like they always just spoke English. It wasn't, what they spoke for a long time. It was Welsh. think, and I even who was it? There's another guy that also like there's the one guy who studies like ancient language, and then there's the one guy. Oh, I forget his. I don't know if I can pronounce it, but it's like Zhao Man, New York, or something like that. But the guy who speaks like 20 languages, and then he goes, to, it's like, oh, white guy speaks Chinese in a restaurant and surprises him. You know that guy? Yeah, he went to this town, and there's a couple of towns in the UK that they still speak Welsh, and it sounds crazy. It's like it's interesting, but it's crazy. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I mean, if you take two AIs, the crazy thing with AI is it can be a great tool, but it's literally just a yes man in electronic form. You're like, I think this, and it'll go, I agree with that. I mean, that's why I'm not worried about computers taking over or whatever all the other stuff is. We're like, oh, Skynet, Terminator. It's like, nah, it's never gonna happen. Computers are only as smart as the people who program it. And I've seen the people who program those computers sometimes. I'm not worried. Oh, the red sand's blocking it all. All my regular dirt's just going right over it. Come on, get out of there. I need the gold. I gotta get those pipes so I can start getting all the water where I need it. I mean, I guess I'm not super worried about it because all things considered, a lot of the stuff that I've got anyway right now is already wetted, moistened up, moistened up, moist. Okay, so the shakers are so the kind it's kind of the idea of, you know, if you go out where there's gold, the idea is you get the wet sand and you pan, so you're shaking the sand and you find the little flakes of gold. And so the shakers are the automatic way of doing it. You can kind of see the little pixels, they're going back and forth. And so what they do is they basically, it's just their automated way of shaking it. Because when you do the tutorial, at least for the first time, I think you can turn off the tutorial after you've done it, or you can skip it and it won't do it. But in the tutorial, you pick up wet sand and you shake it, and then that gets you your first little bit of gold. So that's what those guys do. Yeah. I mean, I could try dropping the red sand, but at the same time, I only have so much space. So I'm going to see if this... Oh. Because I don't know if that's going to filter through, if it's going to grab it. Oh, no, that's not going to work, because if I do that, it's going to get clogged up with the... Oh, I deleted it. It's going to get clogged up with the slag as it makes it. Maybe I'll just do this. Get it to the end at least. So that way at least the first spot, like the first little bit. That's not going to work because it's shooting them too far. I mean, it's going to slow it down a little bit, but might work. Oh no. Oh no. Too much. Too much. Well, it's working its way down. That's a positive, right? Let's clear this out. Ah, autosave. Since occasionally I watch Biffa play, so every time I say autosave, I want to say sip of tea, because he's always he's always doing he's always doing little tea breaks or whatever. Did I not get all the way up? I didn't get all the way up. Okay. I might have to turn all this into cinder for the time being. Because otherwise, I suspect it's going to clog everything. And then it's just going to be such a pain in the butt. See, like that. Come on, there we go. Let's see if... it's not gonna work though. Oh, I do have enough for that. So let's, start making some cinder. I almost feel like lava is even more of a pain in the butt than just water. Because not only is it a liquid and it goes all over the place, it also is very difficult and it doesn't like to let you use things like launchers and stuff like that to move stuff through it either. It's a pain in the butt. I just have more to deal with. Yeah, see? Like this. I mean, water is a pain in the butt sometimes. Amethyst is a pain just because you end up with so much of it most of the time. So you can't really keep track of it. But lava is just a pain in the butt because nothing goes through it. But no, conveyor belt's not going to do me any good. There. And I'll just have to come back and check on that in a minute when the next chunk of lava becomes difficult. And this is also probably going to clog up. I'm probably doing terrible things and it's going to ruin a lot of my stuff, but that's okay. Skip it and drop the gold right into there. Don't know why I didn't think of that before. A little bit. This first little area, it's working. Unfortunately, because the filters, everything's clogged up here because it has to work its way through. Yeah, I mean, I could definitely try. At the moment, all I have is this space right here, so I don't have anywhere I could drop it. So I'd have to try to shift stuff around, but there's just not enough space. I mean, if I rebuild this, like maybe I could rebuild it in here, where it goes up and then the red sand goes over and drops down, and then I just have a like a little setup where it filters through and maybe it goes through a second and a third one. Because yeah, I could put stuff here and it would probably drop a little bit, but I mean there's only 1 pixel, so it would likely start clogging up. It would just do it further down. I mean, I can try it. So I mean, I've got some space here. I just don't know if it's gonna bunch up in here and back up, or if it's gonna fall down, because right here, if it falls down, that pixel, it's then gonna hit here, and it might go down that way, it might go down that way. But we'll give this a shot. I mean, it's worth it. Let's see on this side here. Or are you saying like over here? I have to like pause. Because it takes like 4 or 5 seconds to catch up to chat stuff. Yeah. If I do Steam, I'm probably gonna do that all over here. Because if I put one here, it can go out. But right here, especially right now while it's all clogged up, it'll go into the filter and then it'll just hit the sand and stuff that's right here. But yeah, once this empties out a bit, then yeah, I could definitely add just a filter right here. I mean, I probably could just add the filter right here, and then that way it'll go through here. I'll do this real quick. And that way any steam that comes up, it can go out. Yeah, and then it'll just turn into water. It'll drop back down. I mean, it'll end up hitting this stuff, but that's okay. Let's remake that just to make sure. In fact, I think I'm gonna do the other one right here. There. Get rid of that guy. Ooh, it's making its way through. Man, it used to be clear over here. Okay. I think I see what you're saying. Yeah. I mean, I definitely could, and I probably will have to do something like that at some point, just for the fact that I have so much red sand. But I also, now that I've got a handful of wet spores and stuff like that going on, I'm probably just going to start putting planter boxes in a few spots, and then I can start making the amethyllus, and with the amethyllus I can just start getting some flux. Because if I can start making fluxite, like, I don't know, put one right here, just a little one. Make sure I don't get stuck. And then I can just manually put it over here. Because it'll go a lot faster once I've got bigger grabber. Oh shoot, I put it in the wrong spot. I want to put it there. I did a dumb. Whew. Yeah, I like to know what I'm working with first, which has a big downside that I now have everything clogged. I figured if I start making some of the void blue, two bird, two birds, yeah, two birds with one stone, because it'll help get rid of some of the red sand. It'll start to empty out some of this stuff. And then I can get upgrades so I can do like more grabbers and stuff. Or get, you know, get more of the upgrades that I need. Or at least the upgrades that I want, like the bigger grabber, like I just said. Cuz I like having that. Yeah, I can't play very well without having the increased grabber size at this point either. I think it's 2,000 to get the next size. 2,200. I think generationally, I want to say I'm part of millennials, I think. Because it's in that like mid to late 80s, early 90s. I think I forget which one it is specifically, but it's like 80 something to 90 something. But it's right in the middle of all the big changes where it goes from everything being mechanical to everything being digital. So, like growing up, I had tapes and cassettes. I knew I knew records. I knew all that stuff. I mean, the radial dial phones and all that, having a landline in the house, just like a phone plastered to your wall. Like I grew up with all that crazy stuff, but then at the same time, I got to see all of the switches from cell phones being those huge clunky bricks with a big old like foot long antenna on them to being these tiny little phones, and then all of a sudden they got to big phones again and you got these huge screens. It's been crazy. Hmm. Maybe it was Gen X. I can never remember which one it is. It's whichever one is right after the boomers. Cause my I'm I'm pretty sure my parents were part of that. And if they weren't part of that, then it was their parents that were part of that. Cause and my parents were they were born 60 something. So okay. Now, so when he came up with all the different names, I was just like, I don't know. I'm part of whatever this age group is. I'm part of generation. Just mumble. I'm the mumble generation. I don't know where I belong. Oh yeah, like the big old huge like 8.5 inch floppy disks. I know, and kids nowadays don't know why the save file icon is what it is. It's like that doesn't make any sense. Why does it look like a square? Like, because you used to use those. And then you try to explain it and you're like, it runs on magnets. Like, what? In early internet days when you had to plug in and unplug telephones and stuff. You try to do something, you pick up the phone and it screams at you. You're just like, good heavens, what is that sound? And then you hear in like the other room, somebody goes, hang up the phone, I'm on the internet. I know now you can install entire programs on tiny little drives that are like 1 inch in size, and it holds more information and more space than 50 of those computers could have back in the day. I mean, for a while, I mean, I want to say it was right around high school. We were doing computer stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Well, it was you got those like zip drive zip disks, I think that's what they were called. It seemed like a floppy disk, but it was about the same size as the smaller like 4 or 5 inch disc, but it was like half an inch thick, and it lets you do the compressed files on it because a normal floppy drive couldn't handle that much information. So then you had this disc, and you're like, oh man, I can fit almost 100 megabytes on this. Yeah. Yeah, that's being an astronaut now would be crazy, because like you have to know a lot of math, but at the same time a lot of the computer work can be done for you, but you still have to know how to do it manually. And I'm like, there's no way I could do that kind of math in my head manually, especially if I'm in some sort of situation where it's like, oh, you might die soon. I mean, luckily they had a lot of the equations and stuff already figured out. Still pretty impressive, though. But I mean, I guess that's the difference between guys who basically got to the moon in a Volkswagen Bug with some rockets attached versus the guys who now they can do all sorts of crazy experiments on a space station. That would be cool. Like I wish I could go to like the ISS. But I know because I get motion sick on stuff like that, I would absolutely end up barfing just on takeoff and be like, "Oh man, I'm gonna be sick." It's like I can't really do a lot of theme park rides and stuff because of that. Because if I try to ride any of those rides, by the time the ride is done, I'm one of those guys where I end up just sitting on a bench nearby, just trying not to barf. Oh, 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 guys, I can get the next grabber size. Yes. Admittedly, I don't know if Katy Perry gets motion sick, unless that's a reference to something that I don't know. Which is entirely possible. Well, why can't it be both? I got a large grabber because I'm so happy with you guys. Time to go get more spores. Oh. Yeah. I mean, I think it would be cool, but at the same time, it would be terrifying, but it would be awesome. Go to space and there's like that little inkling in the back of your head that's like, yeah, you could blow up or something. And I'd be going, yeah, but it's kind of worth it. Cause I'm in space. Ooh. Not a rocket. There we go. that that was definitely kind of a sad moment in history. Luckily, it's something that only has happened a couple times. It's been pretty rare and few and far between. Yeah, no, I haven't seen much about it, but yeah, I saw that we bombed Iran. Honestly, I don't feel bad about that. I mean, considering I think they even took out the guy who was in charge. Considering that, what was it, 12,000 or 11,000, something like that. I mean, more than, at least estimated, more than 10,000 people have been killed for protesting. So I'm not sad about that. And the guy kept pushing it and didn't want to follow the rules. I mean, I'm sorry, but I don't want literally the worst terrorist groups in the world. I don't want them having nukes since they didn't want to give them up. Change their minds for them. All the people worried, it's like, oh, we're gonna go to a big war. No, we don't have to put any boots on the ground. We just fly overhead and drop a few things and then it's done. I get all those spores, so I can keep that going. There we go. Yeah, I'd heard about that too. Wasn't entirely sure what it was about exactly. So I would have to look into that, but I mean, if you're gonna let a government use something, you probably should just let them use it. Especially if it's, you know, the good guys. Because there's no... I mean, I'm all for saying, hey, you can't use this or you can use that. Especially if it's your own technology and stuff. But at the same time, you can't suddenly change your terms of service and be like, oh, by the way, if we don't like what you're doing, we're just going to turn off your military equipment. Like, no, you can't do that. Yeah, that would be something I would have to look more into to see what was going on. I'm still mad that all the AI stuff, as cool as AI stuff is, I'm still mad that they took all the RAM and made RAM super expensive. So I mean, AI is cool and all, but AI stole my RAM and it made my RAM go up like 8,000%. And now I can't afford to top off the RAM that I was working on. Okay, well, I'm definitely going to have to make sure I'm keeping an eye on this. Because any of this lava that gets over to here is going to cause me issues. It's going to block up all my stuff. Oh, very true. Where'd it go? Oh, did it go over here? There we go. I think the coolest Not really on the same topic, I don't think, but one of the coolest guns is the one from Judge Dredd. I like the new one too. I mean, the old one with Sylvester Stallone was okay, but I like the new one that came out in, what was it, 2000? I was like 2009 or something like that. If as awesome as that would be, a 50 cal handgun of any kind would destroy your wrists if you don't have, like, I don't know, some sort of like muscle man wrists or something. That would be crazy. Oh, I should probably take care of all this. Got another size increase. Now I can grab even more red sand. Oh, pixel in there. Where did that guy come from? That's supposed to be in there. Any bigger of a grabber, I'm not gonna be able to single use put stuff in there. Alright, well, I think once this last batch of flowers is done, might take a minute, but once that last batch of flowers is done, Look at all this red sand. It's ridiculous. But everything's starting to process. I mean, look at that. Got this from here all the way from there. And this is going. Get all this. Get a bunch of cinder. Oh, autosave. Okay, I think all the cinder that can be placed in there is in there. So now we're gonna have auto burn. And just because I don't want the cinder lighting back on fire if it gets down there, because I don't know if it's gonna work that way or not. Make sure it skips that. There. Okay. Oh, so this is almost worked through. Wet spores. There's some more gold coming around. Forgot that I told it to put in cinder. That's okay. Yeah. It's coming along. Come on, break. Thank you. I mean, the lava's already burning all this slag for me. Yeah. It's all gonna stay dry for a little while, because until it starts working its way through, it's probably not gonna do a whole lot. But I've still got a whole bunch of wet sand everywhere. I still have to get this guy up and running. I should have enough to be able to get the pipes now, yeah. I can start getting all this stuff pulled out. Then from there, I can start working on duping water here, and it can just drip down. And this, basically unintentionally, this will be my washer. Of course, I'm not gonna be able to stop stuff from dropping down there, but that's okay. There. Okay. Well, I think that is a good start. Got 2.5 hours in. I have to melt all that snow. Now I'm getting a bigger grabber. I can start, you know, getting all this stuff cleared off up there. Okay. Alright, well. Real quick overview. Now that everything's kind of running, we'll start here. So for those of you joining me late, that's okay. We still love you. So it's going to start here. The plan I've got currently is I'm going to just basically sit up here and shoot rockets. And then water's going to drip down here. And that'll kind of be my washer system. Because I can't build anything up here, so I'm just going to have to dupe water that way. Wet sand. Drops down here. Got a bunch of other stuff too that I'm going to have to take out. Red sand I'm not too worried about at the moment because I've got too much of that anyway. It's going to filter out here. Gold is going to drop in here. I don't know how much I'm going to have. But obviously this is expandable because I've got all of that plus all of that if I need it. Drops down here, so all my slag and everything, it's going to drop down here. Stuff that isn't slag will just come down, filter through. Slag will work its way through just to make sure I don't burn it and make more lava unnecessarily. Got cinder. I don't think it really matters, because I think I have to actually light it on fire, but just in case, you know. In fact, I think I need a little more now. Either some of it burned away, or grabbed the wrong thing. Or I did something wrong, which wouldn't put it past myself. Oh, come on, do I have one? Yeah. Okay, so yeah, so slag burner, it's gonna go here. Once everything works itself through, because I've got a crap ton of stuff that's not where it's supposed to be. Slag's gonna come through here, boom, hit that. All my spores and gold and all that stuff, it's all gonna drop down here with everything else if it happens to not get caught in the system for some reason. So that's all gonna hit here. Comes over here, filters out gold, so gold will go straight back up, and so it'll skip everything. Back into there. Everything else is gonna go here. Eventually, I mean right now I've just got a little plant set up there, but eventually this right here is gonna be where I'm gonna have washers set up. And this is going to be where the spores are going to get washed over here. Get it all wet. So it's going to come down, work its way through here, and then boom, up into here. And then amethyst petals and gold, etc. It's going to hit there. Work its way up here. And then right now it's all red sand here. But the idea is going to be red sand here, amethyst petals here. And then I'm going to have a mix down here somehow. I'm not sure yet, but I'm going to mix them down here. And then this whole thing down here is going to be what fills up with all the void bloom. Or not void bloom, the fluxite. There. Make room for red sand. But yeah, right now I got lots of red sand, so I gotta make room for it so that it can not clog up my stuff too badly. I mean, it'll just work its way back through and around as it goes. So I'm not super concerned. Come on. But right now I don't need a lot of it just yet. So, final strip. Oh, come on. Yeah, final stretch. Stuff's gonna come up here, and anything that I might have missed, dry sand, gold, you know, whatever, it's gonna come up and around, drop down, and we're back at the beginning. So that's where we're at. Maybe I'll make this a cinder thing. Get cinder out of the way. Because I got a lot of that right now too. Dealing with all that lava down there. I'll say this. Maybe I'll make this a red sand deposit also. That should be fine, right? Oh, probably help if I actually hit control. There we go. There. And that'll basically fill up. So yeah, that's the setup. Everything's working its way through. It's going to take some time, but got the setup and we're all practically ready to go. Now it's going to be just a lot of cleaning and refiltering and the like. So I think we're going to have to call it there because I need to make sure I get some sleep. Because it's already 12:30 and I need to go to bed. So, if you have enjoyed and if you are having fun or enjoying or whatever, feel free, go ahead and hit the like. I appreciate all the commenting and the chatting. It's been fun. I look forward to doing it again next week. Shooting all the rockets. So, until next time, have fun.